Welcome back to the Graham Stephan Show. My name is Graham and welcome to my show. And today, guys, we were browsing the interwebs and came across this potentially gem of a video. It's from this channel called Jubilee, and they do all of these weird social experiments, and they have all of these people on and they put them in really awkward positions, and then what I could do is watch them from behind a computer screen and criticize them and react to them. We got this video today. It seems really interesting. It's called Strangers Rank Their Intelligence. Wait for it. IQ versus first impressions. I'll be honest, when it comes to much else other than finance and reef aquariums, I think I'm pretty stupid. I got the basics down. I know how to use a calculator, like the math function, the division sign, and the plus and the minuses, and the X. Like, I could do that sort of stuff, but when it comes to learning anything about like history or like science, I don't know, my brain just like fizzles out. So we'll see how I would rank with some of these strangers. I'd probably be on the not smart side of things when it comes to this. But anyway, let's watch this video right after you smash the like button. Let's watch this video from Jubilee and see what it's all about.
I wasn't planning to go to college. That wasn't like a goal of mine. My parents were like, well, you should apply to at least one college. And I was like, we'll never get in here. And then I went to Yale.
That is the biggest humble brag I've ever heard.
Well, I didn't really want to go to college, but I just applied to one, because why not? Then I got into Yale.
Oh, that's definitely not what you want to hear at like dinner parties, you know?
Should we just like go down and do
intros?
Yeah, I'm Sade, I'm 24. I work in finance. I have a bachelor's degree. I went to Yale.
I'm Tyler, I'm 21. I'm a high school graduate and I work in the Marine Corps.
I feel like automatically the Marine Corps guy, he's probably gonna be put down at the least. Listen, I have a feeling they're probably gonna go the traditional route here and be like, all right, let's give the Yale person the most educated and the person without any college degree the least educated. I have a feeling though, that's not gonna be the real results. Let's see.
I'm Kaylee, I'm 25, I'm a software developer. I went to Ohio University and I have a bachelor's degree.
Maria, I'm 30 years old. I have my PhD in cancer biology and I work in a biotech industry.
Ooh, listen, from an education standpoint, so far, I think she's gonna be the winner. Let's see.
Hi everybody, my name is Sean. I'm 27. I'm the director of social media for a company and I also work for a digital ad agency. I got a double major in dance and cultural anthropology. Undergrad, I went to Loyola Marymount University.
Hi everybody, I'm Ray. I'm 24. I graduated with a bachelor's degree from Harvard recently and I work in consulting.
Wow. Okay, so for some reason, oh, you know what? Ray might win. It's Ray or the other girl with the PhD. That's gonna be tough. My bet though, I'm gonna say PhD. That's my guess.
Maybe it's good to identify what intelligence means to everybody.
I think intelligence is better defined as your adaptability and your problem solving skills more than it is your education. Obviously, like the education, the stuff you've been through puts a lot into play in it because it gives you more resources, more thoughts to draw from. The formal education definitely helps, but I don't think it's in any way essential.
I totally agree with him. Listen, I mean, obviously he's biased because he went to the Marines and he's not going through like a formal education. I truly believe a formal education, a college degree, has no bearing, first of all, on how smart you are or how much money you make at all. I think a lot of it, unfortunately, is just common sense. Just common sense stuff that you would be surprised how much like just common sense logic you would think people should have. They just don't have it. And schools don't teach you common sense, unfortunately.
So what is the most essential?
So the most essential thing was probably common sense.
Love that. Listen, everyone that doesn't go to college, I feel like, is almost all of us are like, it's common sense. It's common sense, that's it.
I think intelligence is both EQ, IQ, and that common sense, street smart intelligence, all of that combined. When I saw you, I told myself, Maria, do not judge him just by his looks. He could be throwing you off, or that's just who he is, but he can talk the talk and walk the walk.
That's definitely true. I think we were all secretly judging him the most because he was the one that stood out from the group as just the one who's not conforming to any like traditional sort of style. And automatically I feel like they might, because of that, rank him on like the lower intelligence scale. I'm really curious to see how he pans out with this though.
Does anyone have any like initial...
You can be honest.
Start on that side.
The Harvard guy is the quietest. It's always the quiet one who's gonna surprise you at the end.
There's so many aspects to intelligence. It really goes beyond IQ and EQ. Even those two different factors really don't capture what it really means to be intelligent.
I know I'm not, from Yale, I don't have a PhD, but what I lack in those areas, I'm able to still problem solve and use my own skill set, my emotional intelligence as well as my social intelligence.
The only thing I don't like about IQ tests is that they don't account for common sense. I think I took an IQ test a while ago, like some problem solving skills. I'm going through this. I'm like, why does any of this matter? Why don't you quiz us on some stocks? Huh? Quiz us on a 401k. When's the deadline to submit a 401k? Did they extend it this year? What's the catch-up contribution if you're over 50? That's what they should be quizzing us on.
I'm aware of my surroundings.
As a software developer, my problem-solving skills are obviously top-notch, I think I would say. My whole life, I've kind of had to fight to be seen as intelligent. My first job out of college, I was working at a law firm. A gentleman came up to me and said, "Hi, you don't look like somebody that would work at a law firm. You look like somebody I'd go on spring break with." And I'm like, what?
Wow, what a comment. It reminds me of that Reese Witherspoon movie.
Obviously, out of everyone here, I've got the least formal education. I consider myself intelligent. My mental dedication and my ability to adapt and to problem solve. What I do in the Marine Corps, I'm a seabird defense specialist. So I think that by virtue of what I do, that already requires some amount of intelligence.
He's very disciplined. You could tell just by the way he stands, the way he talks. He's very formal.
Sorry, quick question. So do you think that only certain people can do your job, or do you think anyone can do your job?
Only certain people. You have to take the ASVAB before you go into the military. That's not really how much you know, but how well you can learn information.
Oh yeah, I don't think anybody could do what he does. I'll give him that. I think a lot of people that serve in the armed forces, not everyone could do that, and it takes a certain level of physical capability, strength, endurance. I think there's so many factors that go into that, like the people that do that, I know I said do, really talented people.
Why don't you guys rank each other from 1 to 6, including yourself, and give reasons why you want to do what you're doing?
I gotta go 1,
No.
Oh, okay, let's see.
3, 4, 5, 6. I would rank you as a 6, not meaning that you're not intelligent. I also think that I don't place a lot of value on the military.
Oh, wrong answer. I think the military is very important. And I want to thank everybody who serves in the military. I think it's incredibly important.
Period.
I'd probably do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm sorry.
I'm the villain this episode.
Does anyone think they're like at either end of the spectrum?
I'd say I'm 1, if nothing else, because I know what I'm about and I'm sure of that.
I don't think confidence has anything to do with IQ, though. And confidence, I think, well, it depends, because you have arrogance, you have confidence. I think core confidence, absolutely, that's good for yourself. But I don't think, because listen, I've seen a lot of confident people who are really stupid. So when it comes to this, I mean, socially, confidence helps, but for what this is, I don't think confidence is it.
I would say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah, that's the other thing too, is that when you're confident, you're usually aware enough to understand that other people are smarter than you are. So I don't know, if he's ranking himself a 1, at least rank yourself a 3, you know?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Oh.
Sorry. It's hard for me to look past the education part. Going to college, I think you learn a lot, if nothing else emotionally, but I still think you're smart.
Oh, thank you.
Totally disagree. I think college has no bearing on that. I've had a lot of friends who go to college, they spent the entire time just partying, having fun. They squeak by, don't get me wrong, but and people have an amazing experience in college. So, it goes both ways.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay, let's see. Her ranking, it's just the military guy's throwing me off here. I don't like putting him as a 6.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and up to 6. And then I put myself 6 because I feel like I might be the weakest in terms of actual IQ score. Hopefully I can make it up in everything else.
I like him, just very balanced, well-rounded, well-spoken. Just watch, he's the smartest person here.
So I did put myself as least intelligent. However, if it can't be me, I definitely think Tyler, unfortunately, his way of thinking is linear. And I think intelligence is almost like a sphere. It's a picture. And right now he's only coloring with one color than, with the rainbow.
Well said. This guy, listen, as soon as he speaks, he's spitting facts. He is spitting facts. Great.
So who got the most number ones? Thank you. Move down.
Who got the most?
Sean A was
like
pretty
you.
up there too.
I feel like you were definitely 3, right?
Yeah, I'm between
You were
Harvard and
4.
Yale.
All right, so we got it. Listen, I like number 1 and 2. I kind of agree on 1 and 2. Everything between 3 and 6, I'm iffy about. Let's see.
If I was in their shoes, I definitely would have also ranked myself among the lowest.
Even if you don't buy into IQ tests, it still gives you a number at the end of the day, which is something you have to grapple with.
I love how they made them take an IQ test afterwards. So they don't know how they're gonna do on something like this. It's gonna catch them off guard. I love this.
I literally thought when you said to open the computer, we're going to look at social media, that I didn't think an IQ test would be part of it.
It was kind of expected. We're being ranked by intelligence, an IQ test. It's not that far out the realm of possibility.
So number 1 is Raymond. Number 2 would be Kaylee. Number 3 will be Tyler. And number 4 would be Shada. Number 5 is Sean, and number 6 is Maria.
Wow, look at that. I'm actually really blown away here. Okay, so the 1, I kind of agreed with that, okay? I like the 1. The surprising aspect is the PhD scored the worst on this test. And the worst person scored a 131, very close to the other 2. It's actually pretty remarkable. It goes to show you guys, formal education and PhD has no bearing, at least from an IQ standpoint. But it is funny that everyone is able to acknowledge the guy from Harvard who didn't speak much, who was very humble, did actually rank the highest for IQ.
I think an IQ test tests something. I don't think it's intelligence. It's definitely testing something.
Oh, she's a sore loser. Why can't you just accept the fact that you were overconfident and maybe you're not as smart as what you thought? Maybe? Or you know what it probably is? She was upset she scored the same as a guy who didn't go to college, who went to the military. And she's talking smack about that. Goes to show her. Helps put things into perspective.
IQ tests are now known to be flawed and based on incorrect sample sizes.
IQ tests are just one aspect or one way to measure intelligence. It's really on a spectrum what constitutes somebody as intelligent.
Yeah, this guy is amazing. I think he fully understands it, and I think just having that broad concept of intelligence, that's why he's number 1.
Before this, all I knew about IQ tests is that they existed, and the I stands for intelligence. I've never looked into IQ tests before. Coming here today, them saying the EQ, that was the first time I've ever heard that term in my life.
Same, I've actually never heard of EQ before.
Sure, it is some type of metric similar to an SAT and ACT score is a metric for getting into college, but there's more to that person than that test.
I'm actually excited I wasn't last.
Definitely don't think it's the best metric. I've been exposed to tests like these probably more than most people here. That already gives me an unfair advantage.
I loved it. And listen, I'm reading the comments. I always do that. Every time I'm watching a video, I go down to the comments and see what people are saying. I love this. This comment here, Hawk's Nest. I would love to see this with conversations only. No mention of education level. Then maybe the difference when people know the level of education. Wait a second. You know what the funny thing is? I swear, I'm reading a comment here from the Iced Coffee Hour podcast. So this is a comment from Jack using that account. I would love to see something like this that is more career-based, like lawyers versus teachers or politicians versus YouTubers. Wow. Oh my God, look at this. This is crazy. Ray commented, "Hey Jack and Graham, I'm Ray, gray shirt, in the video. Big fan and personal finance nerd. This is a long shot, but would love to meet you and discuss on the podcast. Could talk about management, consulting, the video, Harvard, etc. in the LA, but can drive to Vegas." Ray, I guess you're coming to Vegas. I mean, either way, whether or not we do a podcast, you're more than welcome to come to Vegas. Come by, say hi. I'll put you to work cleaning the aquarium. We'll have a great time. So yes, Ray, we'll reach out to you. We'll make this happen. But otherwise, fantastic episode. Jack, thank you for using my account to comment on, well, I guess it's our account. Thank you for using our account to comment on Jubilee videos and ranking up those likes. 8,500 likes on a comment. Fantastic. But overall, I gotta say, I really like this episode, and it goes to show you that intelligence is not necessarily based on formal education. There's a lot of different types of intelligence, and usually, when you think you're super smart, chances are, you're not. Moral of the story, that's the end of the video. So with that said, you guys, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. As always, make sure to destroy the like button, subscribe button, and notification bell. Also, feel free to add me on Instagram. I post pretty much daily, so if you want to be a part of it there, feel free to add me there, as on the podcast, The Iced Coffee Hour. New episodes being posted every single Sunday, so make sure to add yourself to that. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time.